All right, everyone. So Chad Gable lost to Penta on his debut, but he spoke out after it, saying, I detest Penta, luchadors, and losing. But last night was a reminder of why I fell in love with this beautiful artistic expression of physicality and the sport of professional wrestling when I was 5 years old and have been obsessed with it ever since. I felt so alive. So, look, I got to say, Chad Gable, I don't think he gets enough credit for just how good Chad Gable is. Every time he's in the ring, the fans are bought in, the matches are really good. And I want to see Chad Gable really get a push at some point, like a real good push. And that doesn't mean he has to be, you know, one of the main champions. I'm not saying that, but I want to see him get one with this current, form that he's in. Because I think it's just phenomenal. Whether it was his time, going after the Alpha Academy. Now he's going after, Penta, but but he just gets the most out of these guys. Penta did fantastic, but Chad Gable deserves a lot of credit too. The fans hated his guts that whole match. And that's part of it, right? That's part of delivering, like Triple H said in one of, our prior videos. He's like, it takes pretty good opponents, to make these champions as good as they are. And it's the same thing in a match, right? You can only be as good as your opponent is letting you be. The weaker link is always going to be, kind of the floor of whatever match you're doing. And so Chad Gable, I just think he deserves a ton of credit for how he's done, because I brought this up probably almost every time we talk about the Attitude Era. But one of the things that made the Attitude Era as good as it was not just the main card guys, not even always just the mid card guys, but it was the fact that when you turned on Raw, you knew from the beginning until the end that roster was stacked. Meaning, if you pulled some of those mid card guys out of that time and put them into some of the worst times in WWE, they would probably be up at the top, right? They'd be considered guys who are main eventers. But because you're in this era of, Undertaker, Rock, Stone Cold, all those guys, you were pushed to the mid card. And I think with a guy like Chad Gable, he right now is fitting that bill of like, okay, sure, the main event scene is stacked in WWE right now. But when a Chad Gable match comes on, I'm excited. I'm booing at home, right? The "you suck" chants, kind of a throwback to what people used to do to Kurt Angle, all of that stuff. I just think it's been really cool. But put in the comment section below, what do you guys think?